Hi, everyone. My name is Amy Hackler. I am the County Executive Director for the Farm Service Agency for Douglas, Jackson, and Josephine counties. Today, I want to provide just a little assistance in filling out our FSA forms to help you obtain a farm number in order to be compliant with ODA regulations. So the first form I want to talk about is the AD 2047. This is just our basic data collection form where we obtain basic information in order to get you in the database and create farm records. We ask that one form be completed for each owner of the property and one form for for the operator of the hemp operation. For example, if the owner, there are 2 or 3 owners, then each of them will need to fill a AD 2047 out. Also, for entities that are the hemp operator, you will need one for the entity and one for all members. We encourage you to fill this form out in its entirety so that we aren't calling you or emailing you for additional information. Name and address in box 2A, your business type in 2B. If you're an individual, that's individual. If you're an entity, that's your entity type, whether it be an LLC, LLP, or a corporation. Your phone number where we can reach you, a good email address, taxpayer ID and 3A, which entity should have an EIN number. And then for all individuals, that should be a social security number. Your citizenship status in 3C. The demographic information is always voluntary, but can be filled out if you so choose. And then sign on date on page 2. As far as the site information, a site address is obtained. That way we can put the property that you're leasing into a farm. This can be given by the physical address or assessor record, account number, or even possibly a deed to the property. We also ask that you provide a map of the proposed growing location. This really comes in handy when you're actually out there planting in a field type situation. So if you've rented a 30-acre field per se, and you decided only to plant those 15 acres, then a map delineating that 15 acres out is what FSA is looking for. If you have questions about the site information or how to obtain that, give us a call and we can answer those questions for you. The AD 1026 is for highly erodible land and wetland determinations. So if you're out there tilling the soil, disturbing the land, and planting hemp, then this form will be filled out in a certain manner. If you're planting in greenhouses, industrial buildings, that form will also be filled out in a different way. So this will be the most complicated form you have in your packet. And we encourage you to ask questions, call us before filling it out so you don't have to fill it out multiple times to get it correct to us. Highly erodible and wetland, the objective is to reduce soil loss because of wind and water erosion. Of course, improve water quality, help preserve the nation's wetlands, and protect the nation's long-term capability to produce food and fiber. I have listed a couple slides here that you will be needing to know how to fill out box 4 correctly as an affiliated person. Again, this box 4 confuses people. Sometimes it even confuses me. So before you fill that out, if you have questions, please give us a call. It says if the producer requesting benefits is an individual, then the affiliate persons are these. We do help you fill those forms out if you run into problems. And producers also have multiple states or counties that they're associated with, so that also comes into play. And here's that second slide for general partnerships, joint ventures, etc. Like I mentioned before, this is the form that is the most difficult to fill out and understand. We do encourage producers to call us or schedule an in-person visit. And this form will be different for each producer depending on their specific situation and farming operation. The CCC 901 are for hemp operators that are entities. The individuals do not need to fill one out. So if you operate as an individual, you will not be using this form that's in your packet. And this form allows FSA to determine members, shares, and signature authority for that entity. Part A will be the entity name and full EIN number. If all first level members are individuals, then only Part A will need to be filled out. If any of those first level members contain another embedded entity, that embedded entity will need to be listed under Part B and its members listed accordingly. Part 7A and 7B must be answered as applicable, and then whoever can sign for that entity will be signing in Part F. Other documentation that we require, if you had a previous year ODA hemp license, please provide that with the rest of the forms. A copy of the lease or agreement between the operator and the owners are also required in order to correctly put owners and operators on the newly delineated farm. So the most questions I receive or our office receives is about our timeline. Many producers are already under a strict timeline with ODA and often forget that they need a farm number from the Farm Service Agency. So from the time of a complete application, producers can expect a farm number to be issued within 2 weeks of receiving the paperwork. If you feel more comfortable, call for an appointment. Meet me down there on Wednesdays. I also will be having a new employee start on April 24th in Jackson County and will be full-time down there. So that will open more opportunities for appointments in the near future. I am going to have a producer meeting on April 19th, starting at 9 a.m. at the Jackson County Service Center. I've listed the address there. It's 89 Alder Street. It's right off Highway 99 in Central Point. After the meeting, which I expect to last about an hour, I can assist producers with questions or filling out their forms for their particular operation. So I encourage you, if you want to attend, please call and RSVP or just say, hey, yeah, I expect to attend. That way I know how many to expect. This is my contact information. The numbers there are for Douglas, and then there's one for Jackson. You're welcome to talk to Brooke or I. Brooke is very knowledgeable in the hemp and all these forms that are required. So if you do call the Jackson Josephine and it happens to be the day I'm not there, it will transfer to Douglas and you should be able to reach somebody by phone. Please leave us a voicemail if you don't get us. We're either on the phone or helping another producer, possibly that's in the office. So don't hesitate to leave a voicemail. We check those very regularly and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. I expect to put out another little video or slideshow for acreage reporting. Remember, you must report your acreage to us that you plant, whether it's in a greenhouse, on a farm, or in some other manner that you plant those. I know I do have packets in the office if you guys need some assistance in what acreage reporting entails. I can email that out to you as well. But I expect to put out another video shortly so I can help you with that requirement that's coming up very soon. So I appreciate your time and please reach out with any other questions you might have. Thank you.